Okay, now maybe this sounds crazy, but I was afraid of sharks in the past. So I'm here to share my experience because I know that diving with sharks is an amazing experience and sharks are so important to our ecosystem, but so many people are afraid of them. And because I myself was afraid of them too as a kid, I know you can overcome this and I want to help more people overcome it. So, today in the episode of Service Interval, we're gonna talk about my very first shark encounter. I am lucky enough. I was born in a family of divers, so we always took really cool trips to really cool locations to go diving. And as a kid, I was probably 8, I don't know, 10. We went for my first time to the Maldives. Now, I was a kid, right? So I was even tinier than now. I know it sounds impossible, but I was even smaller than this. And I was just walking on the beach, and Maldives are really beautiful because they're really little islands. My parents were there already, so they knew there were no dangers for us. We could just walk freely, there were no cars. I was walking on the beach the first day of my first time in the Maldives, and I saw a little shadow swimming by, and I thought, that's a big fish. Let's go check it out. And so I did. I walked closer and then look better, and I see that it is a fish, but it's a shark. And I never saw a shark before, so I was really scared. So I ran to my mom and told her, there are sharks here. We cannot enter the water. My mom really patiently tells me, look, first, the shark is more afraid of you than you are of them. And I really didn't think that was possible, trust me. Second, have you seen the size of the shark? Like, I was small, but that was a baby shark. That was even smaller. Well, if you say so. So we go snorkeling. And just outside the house reef, on the house reef, there were the parents of this baby shark. They were a bit bigger. And I need to say, that was scary. I was really afraid. But then with the time, being in the water, seeing them more and more, I realized that they're actually not interested in me or in humans in general. They were just swimming. And actually, my sister was really fascinated by them, so she wanted to get closer. And every time she was trying to swim close to them, they were just swimming away. So actually, they were more scared of us than we were of them. And they were not interested in us. So with the time, I understood that, but I still got this feeling inside of, on one side, enthusiasm of swimming with them, on the other one, still a bit of adrenaline. And I think it completely went away when I started diving with them. You dive with the big sharks, right? And you realize that they couldn't care less about you, actually, and that they won't attack you. My father said a really smart thing. He said, if you can see the shark, that's not the moment where you should fear him, because he saw you before you could, for sure. And he had a point. And then with the time, I learned how to behave in water when sharks are in there to avoid any unwanted attention or interaction. And the more I was in the water with them, the more I understood that they weren't aggressive like Hollywood would describe them. Of course, they're apex predators. They are big fish that eat meat. They're still wild animals. You shouldn't go and annoy them or try to harm them, because they will respond to that. And you don't want it. And there are some tricks when you dive with sharks that you can consider to be 100% safe. The first thing, of course, is not wearing shiny stuff, because the shark is a predator, is looking for food. And if you wear stuff that reflects the sunlight, they will mistake it maybe for a smaller fish or a prey, so they will come closer. The second thing, and that was painful to learn, I tried really hard my whole life to have a decent horizontal trim. But when you dive with sharks, actually being vertical helps you because you look bigger to them. So they will rather attack something that is smaller, right? Because it's an easier prey. So being standing in the water or being vertical in the water is actually better. My dive guide once said, "Don't look and don't act like a prey." Now, I'm explaining this. So basically, sharks look for weaker animals because they're easier to catch. So the first thing you shouldn't do is splash. This is, of course, a problem at the surface. If you splash around and move fast around, then they will be attracted to this chaos because it could signal an injured animal. So they're gonna come and check it out. So don't splash. And the second thing, especially if you're diving, so you're deeper down, you don't have the risk of splashing, of course, but always look at the shark. Like, if you keep looking at your camera or your gear or look down or avoid looking at them in the eyes, they will consider this as a sign of weakness. So they will maybe even sneak in from behind and attack you. While if you look at the shark, they lose interest. And if they come closer, try to put something like a fin, or if you have a stick or whatever, in between you and the shark. So yeah, these were really helpful tricks that I learned along the way that made me feel safer in the water too, because I felt like I knew something, I knew how to behave, and as soon as you know how to behave, then the fear goes away because you know nothing can happen to you if you act properly in their environment. So yeah, I was really scared of sharks because I really had a bad image of them, probably also because of movies. I mean, look at Nemo, for example. With the time, I could overcome this just because I was really much exposed to them. Like, I saw many sharks, I dived with them, I was much in the water with them, so I got used to their presence. And because I learned some tricks on how to behave, that made me feel safer because I knew I was having the right behavior around them. And I hope these tricks help you too. I wish you a wonderful day. See you next week.